Hola a todos. Thank you for tuning back in to our second video in the series for Hispanic Heritage Month, where we will highlight organizations led by Hispanics or organizations that help our Hispanic community. And today with us, we have Ms. Anita Parra on behalf of RASP and La Nuestra. So Ms. Anita, can you please tell us a little bit about what RASP is? And RASP is RASP.
Yes. First of all, thank you for having me. RASP, well, we're technically BG RASP, so we're Bowling Green, and it stands for Bowling Green Regional Alliance of Students and Professionals. And it is an organization which is basically created to promote education in the Latino community. And it's also one of our, I guess, our lemas would be your education for the service of your community, which is basically what we try to do with the organization.
That's awesome. So when was BG RASP created?
It was created in 2005, which is when I started off as basically just a member when I was in high school.
So and what is your current position?
I am one of the leaders now. So I started off as a member, and then now I'm currently one of the leaders in charge of organization and a bunch of activities that we do. So it was created in 2005, and then it was created by the church, the Light of the World, La Luz del Mundo, which is also locally here in Bowling Green. And it was created because there was a need in our community to educate our children. And not only to educate them, but to prepare them for the future, and to also make sure that whenever we have that education, whenever we have that experience, because sometimes you don't have the education, but you have the experience, you can share that with your community, to never forget where you come from, to remember that you are a part of the community, which is one of the big things that we as Latinos tend to forget sometimes, that we're also part of the community and we can benefit from the community as well.
Definitely, that's beautiful. I love it. So you all are very active. What are some of the things that you all have been involved in? I know recently there was a highlight of the group helping with the COVID clinics, the FAST clinics, but you all are also in charge of a lot of larger events in the community. So can you please tell us about that?
Yes, like we said, we started off in 2005, and whenever we started off like any basic nonprofit organization. We started off going to the Humane Society. We started donating in there. We used to go to the Buddy House a lot. We started off doing highway cleanups, basic stuff to help out the community, because we were a small group and we had just started, getting involved in helping out the community. As of now, as we've grown, we started getting involved in bigger projects, thanks to all the work that we had been doing in the past. All those little works had added up to the point where we have created from BG RASP, we started doing BG Festival. So from that, we started involving the local community to get around, to know our culture, to not be afraid of us, to learn a little bit about us, which was the whole purpose. We started doing more bigger projects, like hosting the COVID site that we did. We also do translation jobs. We do tutoring jobs, which is all basically free for the community whenever they need help. We also sometimes, not this year because of COVID and everything, but we do host programs where we have somebody come in and talk to people about the health, about diabetes, about issues that impact the Latino community. So we tend to do stuff like that, and also inform the community about voting and what your rights are as a citizen or not a citizen, whatever is your status. We tend to provide information like that as well.
That is amazing. You all are very active. So it's really fortunate that we have your group as our liaison for our community. So thank you for doing that. So what can we do for RASP? How can we help and be part of the solution, I guess, or of the cause?
I think the most important thing for nonprofits or any organization that is based with the youth is to show support. I cannot tell you how many times we've had members who come in, and then for lack of support from their parents or lack of support from people around them, they stop coming. Even though they like it, they don't feel that support. Or whenever they want to do a drive or they want to do something, people have to be there to support them, to see that you have a good idea. This is going to help our community appreciate their work, even though you want to do some stuff, and it's not a good thing to want praise. But as you're starting off as a little a youth. You're like 13, 14. You want people to appreciate your work, to notice the stuff that you do. And that's a lot of things that I think that the youth of our community needs right now, for us to acknowledge that they are doing a good job and that they should continue doing a good job, because they're the ones that are going to lead the future.
Absolutely, that's so important, supporting our future generations to come. And then, Anita, you are also part of La Nuestra, which is the Spanish radio station here in town. How long have you been a part of that?
We started talks about it last year, because Leda Becker is the one who ran it, who started it up from top to bottom. She used to do everything in that show. And as her jobs kept, the community is growing, so she started getting more busy. We started talks about it last year, around November, around there, and we decided that it was a good opportunity for us to take over the show starting in January of this year. So she started teaching us the ropes, and we had members from BG Rasp as well join in, and we started taking over the program, which is now fully ran by members from BG Rasp as well. It is the only radio station in Spanish in Bowling Green, I think. Yeah.
Great. And so what kind of information do you all relay in this platform?
Basically, we try to focus on what's happening locally. If there's like this year, a bunch of the changes that have been happening in school, a lot of that information Hispanic parents don't know anything about. So what we try to do is relay that information from the schools. If there's changes in cases, in what's going on in the city, we try to do that, as well as touch on subjects that are very related to the Latino community that are happening around the world.
Yes, and that is so important, to keep everybody in the loop so that we all know what needs to be done, not just for the benefit of the Hispanic community, for the community as a whole. So that is so important. It's a very important job. And can you tell us, when does La Nuestra air in the station?
It airs every Sunday from 3 to 5, and it is 104.1 FM. La Nuestra. Okay.
Well, thank you so much, Anita, for taking time and being here with us. So honored to have you on our segment, and I really wish you all the best with both of the programs of RASP and La Nuestra, and let us know if there's anything we can do to support you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much.